Hey guys, Captain here. Sorry for the small delay on videos. But anyway, last time I brought you instructions for how to build the Pokemon Lego starters. And this time, let's get something in from second generation. So we've got Noctowl, Mccargo, and Houndoom. And let's start with Noctowl first. So, let's start from the body first. What you'll want are two 1x3 bricks or 3x2 in some kind of brownish color. The coloring's not incredibly important, but this orange-brown suits it just right. And then on top of that, place a 2x4 brown plate. And then one of these slope plate pieces on top of that, so both studs are covered like such, also in brown. Now take a 2x4 orange-brown piece and place one of these large hinge plate pieces on here like such. And here place one of these modified bricks with the segmented rod coming from it. And then just a 2x1 brown plate. And then two more of these segmented rod plates right there. And then beneath that, on the edge, another 2x1 brown plate. And then this fits in here. If you want, you can actually put another brown plate within there, but it's not incredibly important to do so. Next, make the wings. Pretty simple, just a little claw piece like such, the vertical claw, and place it on one of these wing pieces, the 2x4, I guess you could call it, the 4-length wing piece in brown, and attach it here to the side of Noctowl. You can put it on the middle piece as well if you like, but I notice it looks best if you put it on the end one. For the feet, just take one of these 1x1 plate claws, and then another claw like what we used for the wings, and finally one more like how we like what we used for the for everything else, the segmented type, and oops, I accidentally dropped our Noctowl. And attach this to the bottom and swing this back and this forward. So you've got a shape like that. And now our Noctowl can stand up. And for the head, take some kind of stud, dark like brown or black works best, and place it into a 2x2 brown cylinder piece. On top of that, put a jumper plate. Either brown or this little beige color should work fine. One of these 1x1 bumpers that can go around minifigures' necks. And then on the front of that, another claw piece like what we used around the feet. And finally, this little golden horn type piece. I don't really know how to describe it. I know it was used in some ninja sets long ago, and it's possible that they have some in the Ninjago theme. I don't really know for sure because I haven't purchased any sets from that, but hopefully obtaining one shouldn't be incredibly difficult. And there we go, Noctowl is now complete. Alright, moving on to Houndoom here. Let's again start with the body. Take a 2x4 black plate, and on the underside within the 3 studs, place 3x1 worth of red bricks. If you have a 3x1, that's fantastic, but as you can see, I'm just using a 1x1 and a 2x1. And it works just fine. On top of that, place 2 black 4x1 bumpers on the sides. And one front side, put one of the modified 2x1 plates with a little hook, a vertical rod attached to it. And into that, upside down, put a 1x1 cylinder in gray. This is supposed to act as Houndoom's little skull necklace, and I'm sure better substitutes can be thought up. But it looks pretty nice as far as I'm concerned. Onto the back of that, where there's a 1 stud indentation below, put a 2x1 brick with a hole in it for Technic pins. And then in front of that, place 2 3x2 black plates. On the very back, where our 2x1 brick with a hole was, place 2x1 smooth plate on top. In front of that, 2x1 worth of black smooth plates, then another gray one, and then finally a 2x2 black plate. On top of that, put a 2x1 black plate. On top of that, put a 2x1 gray plate, and then a 2x1 black brick. Another one of those 2x1 black bricks with a hole for a Technic pin. And inside, take a 1x1 black plate and place a 1x1 red brick underneath it, so a stud from the black plate is facing out, and put that into the hole. And that's going to be Houndoom's mouth. And then take two small fang pieces or claw pieces, however you want to think of them, in white, and place them so they're facing outward like this. Those will be his horns. For the tail, take a Technic pin, or rather the pin with the stud, and place a long black tail piece into it, and then at the end of that, put a 1x1 black cone like such, and stick that in the back. And finally, for the legs, all you have to do is take a small claw plate like this, and then attach it into a 4x1 black smooth plate. Pretty sure white will work fine too, but I had an abundance of silver ones, so I used that. And since Houndoom has kind of a gray and black color scheme anyway, it looks just fine. And so there you have it. That's Houndoom. Least favorite part is probably the legs, but oh well, it looks alright enough for me. So I'm satisfied. Finally, Mccargo is probably the simplest one to build, and real quick I'll throw this in here. When I was designing this one, I was hanging out with a friend, and he also built a Mccargo of his own, much larger scale and mostly out of bricks, but it turned out pretty nicely, so I thought I'd put it in the video because it's cool. Anyway, start with a 2x2 red plate base, and then center a 2x6 red one on top of it. Towards one end, place two 45-degree 2x2 roof plates, or roof pieces, slopes, however you want to think of them. And on top of that, put a 2x2 red plate. Now put an inverse 45-degree 2x2 slope on top of that at one end, a 1x1 red brick there, and then a 1x1 red brick with a hole in it for Technic pins on the other part. On top of that, place one of these sloped wing pieces like such, so that only one stud covers and one overhangs. Behind that, put another 2x2 normal slope, 45-degree slope there, and one here. And on the little indentation below, put two bricks like such. Sometimes they're called headlight pieces. These are the ones where it's basically a 1x1 brick with a stud attached to it. They're the ones with a slight indent inside, and those should work just fine as well. But place them there and they'll act as the eyes. And then for Mccargo's rock shell, take two of these gray cylinder, 1x1 height 4x4 gray cylinders, and hold them together like such with a 3x1 with the 3-length Technic rod. And somewhere here or so, place a claw piece like this, and then a small flame. And then put a Technic pipe in one end on the same side as wherever you put the little hole in the Mccargo, and you can attach it in, and there's your shell, and Mccargo is complete. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the creations. If you liked this video, please rate, comment, subscribe, send this to your friends, check out my other ones, and I will see you guys next time.